Hello, I'm Marjorie Higuera, and I'll be showing you the function of Caesar cipher. But before that, let me give you a little discussion of what is a Caesar cipher. Caesar cipher, it is one of the earliest known and simplest ciphers. It is a type of substitution cipher in which each letter in the plaintext is shifted to a certain number of places down the alphabet. For example, with a shift of 1, A would be replaced by B, B would become C, and so on. This method is named after Julius Caesar, who used to communicate with his generals. Remember that the count on the alphabets will depend on the shift. If you decide to encrypt using Caesar cipher with a shift of 5, then A would be F, B would become G, and so on. If you want to decrypt the encrypted message, instead of counting to the right, count to the alphabet to the left, depending on the given shift. Now, I will be showing you the function of Caesar cipher.
Kawan 200k followers na siya po si Dokolo. Ano yung vlog ano tipid-tipid, mga naman, breadwinner, mga story. Kaabot na tayo na ng mga followers po.
Pabayra nakaano.
Kung 100 ano ba? 100k followers po. naghatag si Ansi Curly sa Ansi yung question. Mga kayo tibag na pag-post. Nag-type ko sila ko. Pwede rin. Bawal ba yung kalansin? Wala pa na ako. Nagkawala, di na mga pawira eh. Nag-type ko na sa code. Nag-iwan pa sa code. Nag-type sa lang.
So now let's try to run this code.
Nag-on mo siya nag-typing pa rin sa code.
Now let's try to run this code. See, so this code right here, this line defines a function named Caesar cipher that takes three arguments, which is the text, shift, and mode. Text is the input text that you want to encrypt or decrypt. while the shift is the number of positions by which you want to shift the letters in the alphabet. Mode specifies whether you want to encrypt or decrypt the text. And the result, this line right here, this begin an empty string named result to store the encrypted or decrypted text. And for char in text, this code, this is to start a loop to repeat through each character in the input text. Then the if mode encrypt, this checks if the mode is set to encrypt. Then if it is, it performs the encryption process. Along with the LF mode, this checks if the mode is set to decrypt. If it is, it performs the decryption process. The decryption process is similar to encryption, but instead of adding the shift, it subtracts it to move backwards in the alphabet. And this the else. We use else to execute if the character is not an alphabet letter. So, dito sa ating text, ang nilagay ko dito ay hello world. At ang nilagay ko din sa shift ay 3. So, kapag i-run na natin ito, ang lalabas sa encrypted na hello world ay itong 4ZRUOG. So, Mr. Lagi, I have some question. Like, what if I change the number 3 into 4? What will be the result of the hello world?
The result would be, since pinalitan mo ng 3, yung number 3 ng 4, so mag-add ka ng by 4, then tapos yung text hello world ay magiging LIPPS or ESVPH.
Okay, so let's try if you are correct. And yes, you are correct. So thank you for listening, Mr. Lagi.
So, hello everyone. My name is Curly Pacquiao, and I'm member number 2, and I'll be demonstrating the problem number 2. So the things we have to do is we calculate the final grade based on the provided weight for attendance, quizzes, and task performance. So we determine whether the final grade qualifies for a pass or fail remarks. So we print out the final grade and then the corresponding pass or fail remarks. And finally, we return the final grade. So we will doing that code. And now let's move forward for our code. So I'll share my screen first. Okay, so let's start now. I'll be putting my code first before explaining it.
Nagtulog doon sa sala. Tapos sa sala. Lugat ka. Ito yung iPhone charger dito po ba? Ay, kata na lang kaul doon to. Wala dito sa kuan. Lasa. Ha? Kapag karugong pinagamitan, tapos sa TV ba kordisa? Nasa kordisa dito sa TV. Kanang naidapit sa may speaker nga pink nga Bluetooth speaker kanang gede. Ang wire ninyo. Ano ito? Ito, may dia. Ano ito ba?
Ay, wait lang. Cut lang to, Daya.
Gusto ko na sa phone. There. Kasi ro na sa yung pagkuhan na ko. Masuk ka ito. Kailangan siya ng ulian.
Nawala ka mga pagkakon, pagkakon mo. Magibalik mo sa
Huh?
Okay, so let's try to run this code. So let's try to run this code. Okay. So it works. The final grade is 81.5 and the remark is passed. So I'll be explaining this one. So we have first is we have the function definition. This is the definition, compute final grades, attendance, quizzes, and performance. So this line right here is the line defines function named compute final grade that takes three argument attendance, quizzes, task performance. So next is we have the final calculating the final grade, this one. So final grade equal attendance times 0.2 quizzes times 0.5 plus task performance plus 0.3. So this line calculates the final grade using the that provided weights like attendance, quizzes, and test performance. So the attendance right here contributes 20%, and it's 0.2. Quizzes contribute 50%, which is 0.5 to the final grade. Then task performance is contribute 30%, which is 0.3 to the final grades. Um, Next is we have the FL statement. So in this line, we are determining pass or fail remarks. So if we have F final grade is greater than equal 75, remarks will be pass. So it means if your grade is 75 lower than 75, then you will get greater than 75 will be you get the pass. While if you get lower than 75, you will get the fail. So, so this black code determine whether the final grades qualify for a pass or fail remarks based on the threshold of 75. So next is we have the printing final grades and remark. Here is this line. So this line print out the final grades and the corresponding pass or fail remarks. Next is we have the returning final grades. This line returns the final grade from the function, um, which is the return final underscore grade. So next is we have um, the example of usage. So this part here, right here, this part demonstrates how to use a function by providing example scores for attendance, quizzes, and task performance. It calls the compute underscore final grade. So function with the provide scores and stores the result in the variable final grade. So this is the final grade. This is the where it stores the final grade. So 81.5, and the remarks will be passed. Okay, so I'll be asking Radilagi for this question. Are you ready, Mr. Lagi, for question?
Yes, Miss Curly.
So okay. So we will just make some changes for this part right here. Let's try to change these numbers. Okay. Now, Mr. Lagi, what do you think is the output for this one? It is pass or fail. And can you say what is the final grade?
Since it greater than 75, I think it would be pass remark, Miss Curly.
So, what do you think is the final grades?
Uh, I think 81.5.
Okay, so let's try to run this code. So it was 81.4, but you almost got it, but it was passed. So I think that was fine. Yeah. For okay, that's all for my part. Thank you.